Sure. Hi, I'm Diana Bossio.
I'm Andrew Garden.
I'm Peter Mercato.
I'm Associate Professor of Media and Communication here at Swinburne University, and I'm also the Program Director of the Master of Media and Communication.
I look after the postgraduate audio units here at Swinburne, audio and broadcasting practice and advanced audio and broadcasting practice.
A filmmaker and producer, and I teach 4 units of the Master of Media and Communications course: Media Ecology, Video Production and Practice, Advanced Video Production and Practice, and Multi-Platform Production and Practice, which is essentially a hybrid mix of slow journalism and communication media, reflecting emerging technologies of the day. The course is delivered within a campus that has made a significant contribution to both journalism and film in Victoria. It's also delivered on Wurundjeri country, the history, culture and spirituality of its people. We not only encourage on campus, our courses are delivered acknowledging the traditional owners of the lands across Australia, including their elders, ancestors, culture and heritage. With this mix, we are not only teaching a new generation of media maker, we continue to learn from our peers, past and present.
I would say that this is really a degree like no other in Victoria, in that it's really focused on creating future media makers. So it's really about finding those entrepreneurial, production-focused storytelling skills that you can take into a really dynamic media career. I would say that the staff are really industry-focused. So most of our staff have a professional media background, and we all use our expertise and our skills to bring students through a really challenging but I think really work-integrated way of producing media and finding your first steps in the media industry. And I think that these students are really focused on challenging themselves and working in small groups and individually to make sure that they're producing portfolio driven work, making sure that they're having fun and finding a community of like-minded students who will end up being their peers in the media industry in years to come.
Oh, the students are fantastic. We have a great mix of students from all over the world who bring plenty of their experiences into the course. We've also got a highly practical course where the students use professional equipment. It's quite hands-on. They learn about some of the theories behind the work that they're doing, and it gives them an opportunity to enhance their skills, build their skills, learn new skills to be able to get out into media and communication industries. I think the most exciting part of the degree is the fact that it's very industry focused. So when you come to Swinburne, you know it's going to be a hands-on course. You're going to learn a range of different media and communication skills. It may not exactly be in the area that you want to go, some of the stuff that you'll be doing. However, the coursework will help you to build a wide range of skills. The class sizes are relatively small, so it allows students to get to know one another, particularly our international students, and there's a great mix of students from all over the world who bring their experiences to Swinburne and really into the course as well. So the exciting part is that you use professional equipment. It's quite a practical, hands-on course, so you're doing stuff all the time. It does get quite busy from time to time, but you're learning with a great group of students.
The most exciting aspect of this master's degree is the mix of skills from practical production and theoretical skills that provide students with a thoughtful and critical platform from which to enter their chosen profession or vocation with. If one can't think critically about the issues we're reporting on or tasked to communicate to audiences, it is near on impossible to advance ourselves as a culture that respects our incredible diverse origins and the immense challenges we face as a species on this beautiful blue dot in outer space.
I think probably the most exciting thing as an educator is watching students have that kind of aha moment where they figure out what they're really good at. figuring out what they're really enjoying, and really challenging themselves to take those next steps into improving their skills and creating their portfolio to show to potential employers. I think it's really great when you're able to watch students take those first steps, become more confident in their own skills, and start producing things that, you know, are really, really professional quality. I think probably as an educator, the best thing is just watching students finally make those first steps and take their peers along with them, working as a group. I think that you know, you've kind of done your job as an educator when you walk into a classroom and everyone ignores you because they're so busy and focused on, you know, creating their own projects that they don't really need you anymore. They can do it by themselves. So that's always really satisfying.
In terms of what practical exposure the course provides, I can only speak for the units I teach. They provide a mix of exposure to real-world situations, from commissioned video productions to publishing within the public domain. My intention is to provide students with hands-on experience within production units that follow production workflows. They expose them to the value of working as a team and the skills one needs to produce works on their own, knowing both their own intentions and what it takes to encourage their audiences to devote time to their productions.
So when we created this course, it was really important that this be a hands-on degree, that this wasn't a degree about writing essays. This was much more about getting in and getting your hands dirty. Most of the units in this degree have a practical component. It's all about making sure that the assessment and the outcomes for each of the units in the degree have a portfolio outcome. So students will expect to be working on group projects or individual projects where they are producing something that's going to go towards an industry partner, for example, or go on their portfolio. It was really important that students are having fun and creating things and experimenting, but also that each of those outcomes drive them towards a kind of dynamic, ever-changing media career.
So certainly in radio and podcasting and audio, which is the area that I'm in, it's all highly practical. So we learn about the industry, we learn about it from an Australian perspective, but we also talk about what it's like internationally as well. The assignments that we have are directly related to industry, in that you create audio pieces. So for the advanced unit, you'll be learning about how to make an audio documentary, so expanding your audio skills. In the audio and broadcasting practice unit, it's all very much about creating a radio program for our on-campus radio station called Swinburne Radio. So it's exposure to creating these sort of things that you will be doing out there in industry. So it's a highly practical course that everyone can access.
Career advice. So I don't think I would give one piece of advice for everyone, because I think everyone has very diverse aspirations when it comes to the media. The media industry is very dynamic, and I think that we need to be dynamic and flexible as media makers as well. So probably what I would say is, if you're in a postgraduate degree, to experiment and challenge yourself and say yes to every opportunity. Because you don't ever really know what you're going to be great at until you really challenge yourself and put your fingers in every pie, I guess. So I think, the one piece of advice I would give is use the time that you have to be kind of self-indulgent and experiment and try everything once.
So one bit of career advice that I would give to prospective students and to students generally is to be constantly making content. So whatever area you would like to be working in, it's important that you keep making content outside of the university structure. So that might be getting an internship or work experience, but also creating your own content. The technology that we have here at Swinburne is easily accessible. The studios are easily accessible, and you can be making your own artifacts, your own productions, whether it be short videos that you might make for social media, or making a podcast from an audio perspective. There's a range of different things that you can be doing. So certainly within semester breaks, certainly within the curriculum when time allows, be constantly making content, because that will help build your portfolio of work. It helps you enhance your skills and it will make you more employable into the future.
If I were to offer any piece of career advice to anyone watching this video, it would be to fully appreciate the awesome responsibility you will have as a media maker and as a communicator. You not only have the responsibility to inform, you should do so with integrity, and this comes with a keen ability to listen. We need to understand ourselves better so that we can solve the immense problems we face today and tomorrow.
Community.
Illumination.
Because we're all kind of working together, whether it's on an industry project or whether it's an individual production, we're all working together to make sure that each student has the best outcomes they can have and that they produce something that they can be proud of and that's really extended their skills. Often that's really challenging and there are late nights and stress, but everyone knows that they're working within the community of staff and students to get the best possible outcome. And also that once they start making their first steps into a media career, that they'll be working with their peers who've come right along with them. So they always have a community to back them as they're making those first steps.
The community that we build in our master's program here at Swinburne is one of the great assets that we have. We have students who come from all over the world to study, but because the class sizes are relatively small, we have the opportunity to build a community across all of our year levels. And it's a great chance for students to get to know one another, no matter what their background. And it really helps in terms of working as a team in some assessments, but also just building that sense of community and togetherness, which is so important for a university degree, particularly when you come from the other side of the world.
Education provides us with the means to make sense of the world and to contribute to the human world to better our chances of survival on a neglected planet. And in doing so, at this place of learning, we also learn so very much from each other. Students from their lecturers and us from you. And if I remain humble in these advancing years, I will continue to be illuminated by the people I work with at Swinburne University. From those who coordinate and teach this course to the super talented technical support staff and the many behind the scenes who manage to keep this extraordinary campus functioning.